Alright, here we go with my review of my new Kyberlight High Council level sabers. High Council, of course, is 4 of everything. And I got all the additional accessories. I got 4 of everything as far as the emitters and pummels that they offered, and then I got 1 each of the day blades. So I got at least 1 of everything they offered. They came early this afternoon. Unboxed them, played with them a little bit, plugged them in, charged in a little more than an hour. I think it was. What they went from being whatever level they were at up to the charging bases indicating that they were fully charged. And lights turned green on them. The first thing, the boxes did separate in the shipping. Apparently they strapped them only along the short end. The UPS driver said they finally really came apart in his truck as far as them separating from each other. So all 8 boxes did get to me, but 2 of the big boxes, at least 1 corner is torn out. One of them I know has 2 of them torn out. The other 2 seem to be pretty good shape. They show a little bit of the shipping abuse, and I'm in California from Utah. It was only a couple days of actual shipping. They sat in Utah for a while once they first got into the stream before they actually got out here. But the additional accessories boxes over there, they're basically dusty. There's some shoe prints. I mean, it's just what happens when these things end up in the big shipping trucking trailers. So I figured the best way for me to make sure I had everything was I just took everything out of the boxes, matched them up, made sure I had 4 of everything. Everything's here. I got the dueling gloves, 2 pairs of large, 2 pair of extra large. Covered most people. The extra larges fit me the best. The thumb seems to be a little long, so I end up with like a ½ inch or so of empty thumb at the end. But I don't think it's anything you're going to notice really while you're wearing them, especially while you're busy swinging a saber around. Got the 4 shirts that light up. I think with the sunlight there, you can't really see the one that actually is plugged in. I think you can hear the very subtle beeping that's coming out of it. It does have a sound chip in it as well as a light chip. There's a slot on the side that's labeled low to high volume, but there's nothing in it, so there's no way to actually change the volume. So it is what it is. In a crowd or something, you're not going to really notice it. And you're out someplace quiet, you'll hear it, but it's not. You'll probably filter it out fairly quick and forget it's even happening. All the pieces seem to be really good quality. The anodization is really nice. I don't see any, there's no sloppiness to them anywhere. Everything's nice and clean and well done. Let me put the camera, tripod here, and I'll fire them up for you. Once they're charged, they are pretty loud, especially depending on which pommel you have on. And from the previous video I tried to do, I figured out that you cannot talk when you have the saber on, because you will not hear me. So. Of course, that has the green day blade on it. This is the way they come out of the box. The night setup would be the set pommels, the sleeve, and the emitter. nice workmanship. From I've been watching a lot of Sabersmith videos and stuff since sponsoring the Kickstarter, kind of give an idea of what's out there. Especially for the price with the Kickstarter, it's a really nice entry level saber. I think it's going to be really exciting once they get up to the version 2 on the soundboard, so we can put different fonts and that type of thing on them, hopefully. One thing I think you want to keep an eye on is the screw and tips. They do unscrew fairly easily. They're not going to just fall out or anything, but I think you'd want to check them regularly just to make sure they're not starting to unscrew. That they're really long. It takes quite a bit to unscrew them, as you can see. But if you don't pay attention to them and get going, once they start to spin, they're going to start to keep going. Probably don't want to glue them in if you ever did have the bad luck of breaking a blade. It'd be best if this would be able to swap over the tips. The only other thing, when you're swinging them, on some of the sleeves, I don't know so much on the black one that comes on them, but the gray one, I think most of the other color ones are a little bit thinner, and even on this a little bit, when you swing, the sleeve at this end does move a little bit, but depending on how you're holding it, that indicates how much it moves. Nothing that I think you'll really notice after you're actually using them much. They're held in by 2 screws at this end. They're not going anywhere. But and just make sure whenever you're changing stuff out that you have you have some place to put the different screws that you have to take out, because they are pretty small. It'd be pretty easy if you're out at a park or something, drop them in the grass. You're never going to see them again. Make sure you have one of the boxes with you, or a blanket or something that you can put them on. So make sure you have seems common sense, but it'd also be very easy to forget and then think, oh well, I won't drop it. Oops, there it went. Anyway, that's the kind of thing that happens with me. I already lost one already in the carpet, but luckily I found it. But yeah, their quality is great. The boxes are tough. I mean, they took pretty good abuse. I know it. I used to work for the shipping company that brought them, UPS. I did some of the hauling, unloading of the long trucks that these guys would have been in. I know what they go through. So as little damage as they had is actually pretty impressive. But I was kind of hoping to have some really nice boxes to store them in, or even to display with them in some cases. But I can probably fix these from the inside, or put some tape on the inside or something. Like externally, they're in pretty good shape. So that's them. Everything I think looks great. I'm very happy with it. One thing I was going to show you, I imagine someone else I haven't looked at any of the videos with anybody who got multiple sabers. As far as it's going to be nice when we can get a little bit shorter blades. I think we can from other places, or you could cut down ones you have. But I wouldn't want to really. I only have so many. When you put these guys together, you have these full length blades on. It is heck of long. I'm 6'1", good foot taller than I am. But I suppose with some practice, not too bad. So, yep, they are nice. I had asked in the past about the kill key. These do not use one, and it's not just that Kyberlight doesn't include one, is they do not have the functionality for it. So when you plug them into charge, you can turn them on, which a kill key would prevent. So minor detail, and so that's them. And I think everything looks great. They all work. I see no quality problems with anything. The boxes really only took some abuse, and that's part of their mission when they're being shipped, is to take the abuse instead of the stuff inside. So there you have it. I'm very happy with them.